Welcome to the season premiere of USF Dons Baseball Weekend Review and Preview. I'm Brian Professor B. Davis for USF-TV audio podcast, presented by San Francisco Toyota. Visit its two locations in the Bay Area at 1701 Van Ness Avenue and 3800 Geary Boulevard in San Francisco. San Francisco Toyota has been serving the greater San Francisco Bay Area since 1966. The USF Dons began their 2022 baseball campaign on the hilltop for the first of a three-game weekend series against the UC Santa Barbara Gouchos from the Big West Conference. Many pick that the Gauchos will be picked to finish third, right behind both the top two teams of the Big West Conference, both Long Beach State and also the UC Irvine Anteaters from the Big West Conference. Talking with Coach Nino Giarratano of a preview of this season and a kaleidoscope look of the very competitive West Coast Conference. We start this interview with this podcast right now. Welcome to the season premiere of USF Dons Baseball Weekend Review and Preview. I'm Brian Professor B. Davis here on USF-TV audio podcast presented by San Francisco Toyota. It's our season day premiere, and it's been the Dons will be getting ready to take on the UC Santa Barbara Gouchos from the Big West Conference, the first of a three-game series. It will be, game one will be the opener at 2 p.m. on the Hilltop games, and then Saturday and Sundays will be at 1 p.m. And you can get your tickets at usfdons.com and call the Dons box office at 415-4222-USF anytime to purchase future home game tickets. Pat Olson will take you the way for the three games on the WCCSports.com website, and we'll be giving you USF Dons baseball throughout the 2022 season on the Hilltop, as it's been the first time in over nearly 2 years since we last had a full season. Of course, last year, was because of the pandemic with the restrictions. We had to do everything on the phone and all the weekend reviews and the pre and post game stuff. But we're back here, back in the office. First time in nearly 2 years, Coach, beginning our 24th year together on the Hilltop, Coach, and this is a good sign that things are starting to get back to normal.
Yeah, it's nice, Brian. It's nice to have fans. It's nice to see you back in the office, and looking forward to a normal year, and hopefully we can get off to a good start.
Well, you guys are going to be playing a team that nearly got to Omaha last year, as it was the UC Santa Barbara Gouchos went all the way to the Super Regionals, and they nearly came close to getting back to the College World Series for the second time in their school's history. Let's talk about the Gauchos. This is a team that they got some people coming back, and and that's going to be and then you got also you have coming as one of their guys this year is going to be a prime candidate for on the watch list for the Golden Spikes Award finalists, which is given to college baseball's top player in the country. So this is a team got some players coming back.
Yeah, it's a really good team. Obviously last year they played in the regional final against Arizona, and Arizona ended up going to the College World Series and winning that Super Regional. But Santa Barbara was right there. They were 1 or 2 outs, 1 or 2 pitches away from being able to do their thing. They have a really good sophomore shortstop. Sprinkle is his last name.
George Sprinkle, yeah, he's the candidate this year. He
26 stolen bases, hit .350 last year. He's a special player, man. He's a really good defensive player. He's a good offensive player. It'll be tough to deal with him. And the way they pitch and the way they've pitched over the last 8-9 years, it's been phenomenal. So I'm sure they're going to have really good arms, and I think it's going to be a very competitive series.
Sprinkle is your typical Trey Turner type, just like for the Dodgers.
Yeah, Sprinkle can really run. He can really hit, and he's going to be a tough chore for us over the next 3 games.
And then with the starters, your probables will be Owen Stevenson, the right-hander. He'll be on the bump against Corey Lewis in Game 1. And then you have Weston Lombard in Game 2. And then it will be Sam Beck in Game 3 versus Game 2 started for the Gauchos, Ryan Harvey, sophomore. Then they have a freshman, Ryan Gallagher, against Sam Bell for the finale on Sunday. So this is an early season test right out of the gate, though. Got three quality starters for the Gauchos underclassmen.
Yeah, we're gonna be like we always talk about, you and me. We're gonna try to play these one game at a time, but yeah, it doesn't get a whole lot easier every day you look at it for them. They got a freshman going on Sunday who's got a really good arm. They got a really good arm on Saturday, and then obviously their best guy, Lewis, going on Friday. So, we've seen good pitching most of the fall, early spring for us, and I think it helped us prepare. I'm excited to see Owen get his opportunity to pitch on Fridays and see how our bullpen reacts and see how our players react over a 9-inning game at home to start the season. It's only been 2 or 3 times where we've opened the season here at home.
Rarely in recent years.
So
wow.
we're excited to be at home, and we're excited to be at home for the next 3 weeks. So hopefully
for the first 5 weeks of the season, you'll be on the hilltop. So this is an early opportunity to get some W's to start the season, because you won't be on the road till like the second week of March, when you will play Arizona State, your old stomping grounds. And that same weekend, if I'm correct, we spring forward 1 hour.
Yeah, we got to get off to a good start. And game number 1, a lot of jitters kind of right now. Today's practice probably wasn't as sharp, but guys are always excited for opening day, and got to get in there and catch that first ground ball, throw that first strike, get that first base hit, get that first run across, and things will settle in a little bit, and we'll start playing. But boy, sure gonna be nice to have fans back, and sure nice that we're gonna have a really good opponent to open the season, and it looks like the weather's gonna be great here in San Francisco, so we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's funny because we've been talking about that jitters. I've been getting the jitters over the last few as we were coming up, because for months, because of the long 2-year layoff, and really hadn't been doing nothing but just doing my regular routine, changing up my routine, running either at the beach or at the Kezar Stadium, just preparing for this long grind season. And I'm starting to learn the players, and I run into a few people on the side. I said, man, I hang out with you guys more on the beach than I rarely know the Dons roster, because of this unexpected current events of the 2-year layoff due to the pandemic.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad that the pandemic's slowing down a little bit, and be nice to get back to a normal season with fans in the seats, and the players can relax a little bit, and hopefully it's one of those magical years for the Dons. But I really like the group. I like the way that we're going to be able to pitch. I think defensively we're a good enough club. I think we run enough. Obviously think we have good balance, both right and left-handed. Not only defensively, offensively, pitching-wise, I think we have a nice little balance. So I'm excited about the team. I'd like to get out there and get after it and see how we do.
And Dana, of course, just quickly look at the conference. You guys are going to be right there in that mix in the conference. The top 4 teams, the top 2, a lot of people, it's going to be Gonzaga and San Diego. The top 2, you guys are going to be right there in that mix. You guys finished 3rd last year, 16 wins, the most in conference play since their championship season of 2011, back more than 11 years ago. And it's going to be a good. And we've been talking about this. It ain't going to be no off days one way or the other.
Yeah, we got to get through this preseason first, and then you look at the conference, and boy, the conference is playing a great schedule in non-conference play, where you see all the teams that Gonzaga's playing, the Oregon States, the Arizona States,
Oregon, and
they're playing Oregon in a tournament, and then you look and see what Santa Clara is doing, going to Texas A&M, and Loyola Marymount playing Utah, and a lot of really good teams. Pepperdine opened up with Villanova. So when you look at it, the conference is going out there getting themselves ready. So we got to do the same thing by playing Santa Barbara here, but we got to be battle tested when we get into conference play.
Exactly.
We got to be ready to play to the best of our ability. And then, last year, you look at a few one-run losses, we turned those around. We got a chance to win the conference. This year, we got to battle in there, man. We got to play to the best of our ability every single day, and you never know when it's going to happen. But we're excited about the conference. Gonzaga's very good. San Diego's very good. I think there's going to be a good 6 or 7 teams in this conference that are going to be exceptional this year. So I'm looking forward to it.
All right, Coach. Go out there and get them.
Thank you, Brian.
Okay, that's USF Dons head coach. The USF Dons getting ready to take on they'll be taking on the UC Santa Barbara Gouchos in non-conference play. In case you're just tuning into this podcast, games 1 and 2 of the starters, the probables. Owen Stevenson, the right-hander, versus the sophomore for the Gauchos, Corey Lewis, game 1. Game 2 will be Weston Lombard, the lefty, versus Ryan Harvey for game 2. And then for the third finale game, Sam Beck versus Ryan Gallagher to wrap up that weekend. All 3 of these games will be on USFDons.com via the WCC network. Pat Olson will give you the play-by-play in action. Our pregame show for game 1 will be at 1:20 or at 1:45 before first pitch. Sunday's games will be pregame with Nino Giarratano will be at 12:45 right before first pitch. Catch all the action on the USFDons.com via the WCC network. Pat Olson will give you all 3 of those games, and then our our season premiere of USF Dons when we take on the UC Davis Aggies up in Davis for a midweek on Tuesday. That game will be on USF Dons Satellite Digital Media audio cast. Yours truly will give you the play-by-play on the campus of UC Davis, home of the Aggies, coming up next Tuesday after the one-day school holiday. And a reminder, the Monsignor Leadoff Barbecue will be this Saturday, 1 p.m. If you get your tickets, it's $100. They'll cover for the USF to help out with the baseball program. They'll have a nice meal, join the USF Dons, as well. Major League Baseball and the Players Association and owners continue to fight with the labor negotiations and with the labor disputes. Come out to the ballpark, enjoy some good quality college baseball as you see the future stars of Major League Baseball, the stars of tomorrow for Major League Baseball. Latest news on USF Dons and so much more, go to USFDons.com. Again, USF Dons Baseball Weekend Review Preview is presented by San Francisco Toyota. San Francisco Toyota visits 2 San Francisco locations at 1701 Van Ness Avenue and 3800 Gary Boulevard in San Francisco. San Francisco Toyota has been serving the greater San Francisco Bay Area since 1966. This has been USF Dons Weekend Review Preview Baseball on USF-TV audiocast. USF Dons Baseball Weekend Review is in association with the Satellite Digital Media News Network.